In today's episode, we've decided to go outside the Gauteng province in search for women in science. Our first stop is in the mother city, where we meet 34-year-old Shazan Long, the founder of Cyber Laboratories, and which specializes in testing water and geological materials. We then move to Middleburg in Mpumalanga to meet Noctula of Mumamanzi Group CC. Noctula fell in love with water testing when she was helping her father in the business. Noctula has since taken over the business. The South African science and technology sector grows stronger each year.
It's not that big because if you look at it, the entire world, there's only like 2% of scientists.
Honestly, I think it's not really that big.
Over the past decade, research and development expenditure has grown fivefold from 4 billion rands to 21 billion rands.
As a matter of fact, we are on an international level in terms of science.
There are now some 14,000 scientists, engineers, technologists, technicians, managers, and other technical staff directly involved in the research and development.
Basically, from high school, we have a lot of science students, and then we get here, we also want to pursue science.
I don't think we have enough, the government is putting enough money so that we can produce enough black scientists or engineers.
South African universities train more and more scientists each year.
So yes, we can compete in science. If we do good university, yes, we are capable to compete in science.
According to the Association of South African Women in Science and Engineering, slightly fewer than 40% of scientists, engineers, and technologies in the country are women. Umnyango we-Science and Technology usu-investe imali eningi kakhulu kuwona lo mkhakha lo ukuze ke bakwazi ukuheha abantu abasha abazongena kuyona le nkundla. Yize-ke amaningi ama-science laboratories lapha ekhaya, i-research yona ikhombisa ukuthi abaningi abantu besimame abangena kuyona le nkundla. Namhlanje sobe sihlangane-ke nabesimame ababili abasebenza kuwona lo mkhakha. Thina into esifuna ukuyazi ukuthi bona how have they managed to stay on top of their game kuyona le nkundla.
Hello, I'm Shazan, co-founder of Cyber. Our company offers analytical services in a laboratory. There's a geochemical laboratory which analyzes rocks and soil samples, as well as an environmental department which focuses mainly on water samples. What's unique about our services is that we offer the interpretation of data using a host of scientists ranging from geologists, hydrologists, chemists, engineers, and mineralogists who can add value to the data and interpret the results for customers to use. Our company can be found online at www.sci-ba.co.za.
Science is a very fascinating thing. Namhlanje ngilapha eKapa kuzohlangana nowesimama yena konebhizinisi lakhe elisebenza kuwona-ke lo mkhakha lona-ke owe-science. Uphinde ukhumbule ukuthi futhi yena une-science lab yakhe. Uyabona ibhizinisi lakhe-ke lona wesimama. Bona-ke bacwaninga-ke amanzi, baphinde-ke futhi bacwaninge namatshe ukubona ukuthi-ke uluphi ulwazi abangaluthola-ke kukonke lokhu abacwaningayo. Into engifuna ukuyazi mina ukuthi yini-ke lena emenze ukuthi adinge yena ukuthi azivulele lakhe ibhizinisi futhi ayekele ukusebenza le nkampani enkulu lena ebesebenza kuyona. Hayi. Good day.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Good, thanks, and yourself.
I'm very, very well. You know, when I walk into your space, I was expecting to see, a whole lot of things, because since I thought it's a laboratory, I was expecting to see machinery and things being tested. It's not the case here.
No, this is our reception area,
Yeah.
but I can take you through to our laboratory.
Yes, ma'am. And this is some of that.
And these are some of our staff members here working outside of the laboratory at the moment.
Shazan, I like what I see. It's a giant step from starting the business from home, and it was based at your house, I think, for 2 years or so.
Yes.
And to where we are today. Just take me through that whole journey. How was it for you?
Okay, so we started working at home and it became almost unsafe for us to continue to have the laboratory with chemicals and so on in a residential area.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so welcome to our laboratory. This is where all the analytical services happen.
Shazan is a friendly person. She makes the working environment like home because kumnandi xa ukho yena, and more than that uyanceda because uya-aida kwi-career development yam. And then into endiyenzayo ndiyamkela ii-samples xa zifika from i-customers, and then ndizivule ndizijonge uba zirayithi na, and then ndilandela i-procedure okanye i-method elungele loo sample ndiyifumeneyo.
Okay, so we offer quite a range of consultation services. And what we find in some instances is that our customers they have a problem, but they don't know what kind of analytical testing needs to be taken place in order for them to get the answers which they require. So we do a lot of scientific planning for them, and we then continue with the analytical services in the laboratory, and then we interpret the data to make it a useful product for them.
What other things do you also analyze here?
Okay, so water, soils and rocks are our main focus, but we also get involved with dust fallout monitoring and other environmental applications. We also get processing materials from companies such as waste materials that want to be reused into new products.
Our relationship with Cyber started a number of years ago. They were a nice young team. They think outside of the box. The technical ability is obviously very good, but that client service portion of the business is very important to us, and that's the reason why we're with them.
We started a relationship, and slowly but steadily, as their integrity became obvious to us, we started moving more and more of our business to them, doing various projects for us, and they're also heavily involved in environmental studies and environmental impact assessments, which is an integral part of mining rights applications and prospecting rights applications.
Okay, so here we have a typical water sample which we've collected from a site, and Jean-Marie is testing the sample.
So I'm looking to see if there's any magnesium or calcium carbonate in the sample, and that would indicate a level of hardness of the water. And if, for instance, you have problem with scale buildup in your pipes, it could be an indication of a hard water. And then also for the cement industry, we do use it as an indication of how it will react with the cement if there is any problems that they can expect.
Okay. No, now I'm a bit educated right now.
Okay, and how important is making money for you in this business?
Shazan was born and raised in KwaZulu-Natal. Kodwa ke njengamanje ubiza iKapa loDumo ikhaya lakhe. Sixoxisene nabantu abamazi kabanzi ukuze bona basitshele ukuthi uShazan ungumuntu onjani uma engekho ebhizinisini lakhe.
Shazan is incredibly intelligent.
Very gracious, very humble.
She's a very strong-willed person.
I love her warmth. She's a very warm, loving, gracious, and down-to-earth person.
I grew up in a family of 4, and I'm the youngest of 2 siblings. I have one older brother, and I grew up in Durban.
I first met her when I was in grade 8, so I would have been 12 or 13. I shared a classroom with her. She was very funny.
She's just your everyday person, very down-to-earth, incredibly funny, and goofy as well, to some extent.
I was hopeless at the sciences, hopeless. So whenever we had lab work or anything like that, she would do the work for our entire groups, because we put out into groups.
Life in Durban was very entertaining, and it offered quite a lot of outdoor adventures. We went quite a lot to the beach and into the Drakensberg. We spent a lot of time in the Midlands, down the southern coast and things like that. And we spent a lot of time as a family growing up. I have a very close relationship with both my parents as well as my brother. Although my parents still live in Durban, they are a very close part of my life. And some of my best childhood memories are when we had a lot of family time together. We used to go and spend time together outdoors, going on walks and hikes and things like that. We also spent some time fishing and in the harbour. I started out and did my undergraduate degree in KwaZulu-Natal, but then for my honours degree, I was very much more interested in doing geochemistry, and I had done my research on that and had been planning for some time to come down to UCT for my honours.
Shazan and I met when we were both studying at University of Cape Town here. We were doing our honours degree in geology in 2005.
And then after that, I did fall in love with the city. It's a very beautiful city. There's a lot of rocks and interesting geology around. And so I ended up staying for a much more extended period of time.
She's a lot of fun to be around. She's very outgoing. She enjoys being in nature. Both of us are passionate about what we do, and what we each do is almost parallel to each other. So there's a lot of overlap and common ground. So when we're tired of being in our personal life, we move into our professional life, and then vice versa.
They're very, very strong, and they support each other extremely well. It's difficult to say where the cyber would be, where it is now, had Shazan not been there, or vice versa, had David not been there. It's a very supportive role that they've got.
Our work often requires a lot of travelling, so we get to travel the country and find new places, look at the rocks together, bounce our ideas off each other. So it's a real relationship that works in both a romantic and a professional experience.
uShazan nomyeni wakhe akholelwa kakhulu kuleli business labo, njengoba ke bathatha yonke imali yabo bebeyigcinile ba-investa kulona leli business. They also borrowed some money from family members to make sure ukuthi leli business labo balinikeza i-kickstart enhle. Njengamanje uShazan unodlwana ndlebe noPepsi e-studio sethu. Pepsi ufuna ukwazi ukuthi ngabe i-business model yakhe uShazan iyasebenza, futhi na ukuthi is the investment that they made into the business worth it?
So I'm at the Making Moves studios this morning, ready for my session with Pepsi, feeling a bit nervous, but looking forward to the questions.
Just 4 years ago in 2012, Shazan took a chance and quit her job in order to start her business, Cyber Laboratories, together with her husband. She took a bold step in order to stay true to her desire, providing ethical service to her clients. 4 years later on, I want to find out if the business is working and whether she has any regrets. Shazan, welcome to Making Moves.
Morning, Pepsi.
How are you?
Good, thanks, and yourself?
Fantastic. Take a seat.
Great, thank you very much.
So you work with your husband?
Yes.
Who's the boss at work?
We delineate the the chores between us. So he runs the laboratory side of things and I run the consultation side.
Okay. Just going through your business and trying to get a better understanding of it. Do people have to use your services? Is it a compliance thing? Or do you have people that want to use your service to achieve some sort of objective?
I think there's both categories. There are some legal compliance issues relating to environmental and mining rights applications. And then we've also got customers who are entrepreneurs themselves maybe, or they're trying to take a new product to market and they're just wanting some testing done. Then we help out in those services too.
And which division of the business makes the most money?
The consultation is perhaps more profitable because there's not so much of an expense. The laboratory is very capital intensive setting it up, and so I suppose the business model for that is much slower in reaping back the rewards.
Okay, so the consultation side is more profitable.
More profitable, that's correct.
Okay, and what's going to be the silver bullet that's going to take this business from where it is now to, say, 10 times bigger than it is?
Well, one of the things for the laboratory is definitely in ISO accreditation. So we're heading for our ISO 17025 in the next year, and that will boost a lot of customer confidence in submitting samples to the laboratory. From the consultation side, we did start that side of the business a little bit later, and it does seem to be growing with traction. I think that the main thing is just for us, we mostly get our marketing through word of mouth. So keeping our customers happy is our #1 priority.
Okay. Are you guys very aggressive?
We haven't been up until this stage, and the reason for that is that we've had a very large focus on our research and development. And so in the next year, we do aim to get another laboratory up and running in a different province, and that will run more commercially with the ISO accreditation, as I spoke of. But the research and development is such an integral part of keeping the laboratory up to date and meeting spec with a variety of different customers. Their needs are maybe very special or particular to their material type, and we think that other laboratories don't necessarily have always the time and the money to spend on doing that. So that is a bit of a cost-intensive exercise, but we believe that it's very important to giving good data.
Okay, so I mean, you guys live in Cape Town.
Yes.
But 60% of your client base is from outside of Cape Town. Is that a good idea? Is that working?
Yeah, when we decided to move back to Cape Town, we did realize that obviously a large sector of our work comes from the mining industry, and that is obviously situated in Gauteng and the Northwest Province, Mumamanzi, and also abroad, further into Africa. So what we did is we've included free courier service into our analytical services, and that seems to work very well for us.
Okay. Well, I'm going to send you off to chat to a good friend of mine, and he's going to challenge you further on your business.
Great.
And talk about some of your growth plans. I think there's something to be said for becoming a lot more commercial, for becoming more aggressive, because you guys are very chilled. You're laid-back scientists and very passionate about the work. And I think maybe sometimes at the expense of profitability. Thanks for spending time with me.
Thank you.
Shazan seems to have her mind set on what she wants to achieve in her business. I'm handing her over to Lucas Molloy to discuss her business and its future prospects.
The interview with Pepsi went really well, and I think I learned a lot from his questions, and I'm really looking forward to the business development section. We've had our scientists trying to market and going to meet clients.
And that's where your problem is. At this moment, as things stand, how much chunk of the market would you say you are occupying?
Very small amount. So we have identified that we're underperforming, especially in the laboratory side of the business, and we don't have a competitive market space.
How much research have you guys done in the space?
The research that we've done has been quite limited, and we've stayed within the niche of geology, focusing on the mining sector. We haven't really broadened ourselves into the water and the agricultural sectors.
You're talking at the moment about consultation and lab. I'm identifying already that one of the other divisions that may be needed in your organization is the training side of it. Because now when you're sitting, you look at it, you're talking about testing of water, testing of soil and such things. Also, the other important part of it becomes into where does the country want to go, or where is the focus of the country in? We know we've got problem with water.
Yes.
So some of our areas, the water quality has been going down. So that it might be the space that also you are needed, and you're not playing into that space because the research hasn't been done in that space.
I think that our business really does need a lot of focus for the marketing, and I think that we have a very positive outlook to the expansion and growth if we follow that advice.
At this moment, how many people is the organization employing?
So we've currently got 7 scientists.
Okay, so you're saying 7 scientists, but I don't hear you mentioning anything about sales or marketing people and that.
No, we've had our scientists trying to market and going to meet clients.
And that's where your problem is. You are sending the autocrats into a space to go and try get you business. Now their skill is not selling. Their skill is not getting you clients and that. So they go in there and they talk technical. They don't create a need for what you are trying to do. Now my advice is going to be, you need to build a very strong sales and marketing team. Okay. That's one. 2, you are going to need to build also a brand for the organization. If you are a reputable brand, when I do business with you, I'm guaranteed that you're going to make sure it doesn't fail. You're going to give it your best because you also have got your reputation to protect. So it's very important for you to create the brand that people can associate with, a brand that people also can be able to align with and say, we align, we've got the same vision, we've got the same modus operandi, and that's why we want to do business with you. Maybe you've got 2 options. One is to employ the marketing people, okay? If you're not employing the marketing people and that, outsource it to an outside marketing organization. The marketing people, the sales people, and those are the people that, now all those elements are needed in that business to make it work. Another thing that is concerning me is that you are based in Cape Town. A lot of the need that you have, it's in the more rural areas or mining communities and such and that, and you just happen to be too far again for your clients, and you don't have the soldiers on the ground to make sure that they go and knock for you on those doors. So maybe that's something that you need to do.
Yeah, I think it was one of our reasons for opening a second branch, was to get more exposure into the market space and also to be closer to a variety of different communities and sectors.
Speak with the sitters around the sectors that you are in. Look at the possibility of internships and that for researchers, for marketers and that. And these are the people that you can be able to provide jobs for and able to use in growing your company.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Well, I'm very excited about the advice that we've been given. I think that our business really does need a lot of focus for the marketing, and I think that we have a very positive outlook to the expansion and growth if we follow that advice.
Abanye abantu kusukela bese sebancane bayazi ukuthi bona bafuna ukwenzani uma ngabe sebekhulile. kanti ke abanye abantu babelithole uthando lento abafuna ukuyenza uma ngabe bebhekene nobunzima empilweni zabo. Usomabhizinisi wethu lona olandelayo omunye ke balabo bantu labo ebengikhuluma ngabo. Noctula yena ke fell in love nebhizinisi ke lelakhe lokuthi bona abacwaninga amanzi ngalesikhathi ejoyina ibhizinisi lika baba wakhe elaziwa ngokuthiwa Mumamanzi Group.
My name is Noctula. I'm an executive member of Mumamanzi Group. I'm also a group manager for HR and finance. Mumamanzi, we are giving services of water quality monitoring. We are based in Middelburg, and you can also find us on our Facebook page at Mumamanzi Group.
Business kule nkundla lene water testing singasho sithi akuyona into edume kakhulu ngabantu abashaka abafuna ungena kwezamabhizinisi. Ingakho ke namhlanje ngizohlala nentokazi igama lakhe ekuthiwa Noctula. Yena ke osebenza ebhizinisini lasungulwa ubaba wakhe. Igama lebhizinisi laziwa ngokuthiwa ke Mumamanzi. Bona ke into esifuna ukuyazi ukuthi njengoba bethi bacwaninga amanzi, bacwaningela obani futhi aqhamuka ukuphikela amanzi. Enye into esifuna ukuyazi ukuthi amakhasimende wabo wobani. Ngise-Middelburg kula khona ke ngifuna ukwazi kakhulu ukuthi yona ke le Mumamanzi idume ngani. Middelburg, here we come. Sanibona.
Hayi njani?
Ngikhona nje sisi. Ngisazobona usisithula khona?
Yeah, ukhona. Ngicela ungigcwalisele la ngibizele yena so long.
Okay.
Hayi njani? Bengicela usisithula utoza reception. Okay, uyazana?
Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Hi Siya.
Ninjani sisi?
Ngiyaphila wena njani?
Khala kusisi bahleli imbozi.
Welcome to Mumamanzi.
Yeah, my
I can see you wearing very swaggy, but unfortunately you have to change to this green because we've got safety rules here at home. What exactly are we
doing? Ngizemsebenzini vele ngifike ngathi ngizemsebenzini. So amanzi amancane ke la ukushintsha.
Thank you very much.
Ngayishiya lana
ifayithi la.
Okay, ngiyabonga kakhulu. While ke ngiziprepare ngilungisa lana ngiqoka. Sisithuli ngiyazi ukuthi uthando lwakho lokusebenza kuleli business laqala ngendlela ehlukile.
Yes.
Ngalesikhathi ubaba wakhe kumeme ukuthi awuze kancane la kuleli business.
Ngajoyina ubaba ngo-2005.
Yeah.
Ngizosebenza and then he trained me as a technician. And then from a technician I was doing water chemistry, and then from there they took me through growth Gakula and then Bangmixa go AA machine. And so I had to learn the basic part as a laboratory, everything. So let me show you around.
I see.
Let's go.
So mangifunda lapha ngichecka thiwa lana kwaMumamanzi ngicwaninga amanzi ngatesta nenza inaloku ngicela ungichazele kabanzi.
Sicwaninga amanzi, sithola amanzi kuma clients wethu ahlukile, amanzi aphuzwa ngabantu. Fanele siwa-check ukuthi awanaso isifo sohudo and right ukuthi abantu bawaphuze lawo manzi lawo.
Okay, la manzi yasuke letho ubani nizothola kuphi?
Sinama samplers, kunabantu abasamplelako, masiceda ukwasampula siwaletha elaboratory kanti amanye ama clients wethu ayazilethela amanzi abo. This is our lab as a whole. Yes, there's a lot. We are using sulfuric acid, so we need to protect ourselves. Maslanga phakathi.
The casualty rate like ayithini?
Ayi cha baba, basaziphethe kahle, asinayo.
Okay. No, hayi kumele ngicheck it.
Yes. This is our brother.
Yeah.
Vuledzane, he's the new man that is running the show. Vuledzane, this is Siya from Making Moves.
Fine, I'm okay.
I'm
doing tetrametric analysis here. So I'm titrating tap water, just a normal tap water for in-house. So I'm trying to check for the content of the chloride in this water, and then this one I'm trying to check for the alkalinity, for the bicarbonate in water.
Isakhiwo lesi siswami ngesibona sikhulu. Bangalile abantu abasebenza la sebephelele bekonke.
Sinabantu abasebenza ngaphakathi la elaboratory, kunabantu abasebenza emasayidini. Mase siphelele sisonke inganza la ekhaya singo 175.
175.
And bear in mind masithutha ngo-2013 sasungu 12.
Yebo.
Safika eMiddelburg saqala sakhula ke.
igama uThuso Ramtsepe la ekhaya ngi-CEO. uNoctula when mangiqala this business ngadecide kum-invite her to ensure ukuthi ngiyamtrainer noma ngakaqualifyanga to do an analytical job. The commitment that she's showing currently, meaning ukuthi she enjoys what she is doing. She's at the right place. Probably what you think is she wants to keep this as a legacy.
Mumamanzi mangifika lapha ekhaya ngo-2013 ngathola sebakhona on board basebenzisana nomasipala wethu and then mina ngafika ngatake over ngisebenzisana nabo and then i-relationship yethu so far ihle kakhulu sisebenzisana kahle bayasinceda ngendlela efanele basincede ngayo as per i-agreement yethu esinayo nabo. Into ebasenzela yona basithathela ama-samples wamanzi la asikune babiza ukuthi i-drinking water. So basithathela ama-samples wethu kuma sinama-point ayi-60 esivumelene nawo ngabo ukuthi basithathele kiwo basi-analyzela wona basi-checkele i-quality to make sure ukuthi amanzi la wethu esinikeza abantu emndlini baphuza amanzi a-right angeke abagulise. So if kuba nenkinga iMpumamanzi iyasinotify ukuthi no ipoint yenu esona so ayikho right inokungqondo okuthize and then sirisempule bawateste futhi.
We also want to venture into water bottling, which is a plant that we need to build from scratch.
Hold on, well, why do you want to get into water bottling?
Born in Hendrina and now lives in Middleburg, Noctula credits her life success to her family and upbringing. Sihlangene nabangani bakhe futhi nomndeni wakhe ukuze simazi kabanzi uNoctula.
Noctula makakhula sesibe umuntu very energetic says.
I think I was the most hectic child at home.
Sometimes we fight. Yeah. But yeah, it's one of those fighters that, well, also they have, and get over it.
I was the entertainer of the family. I started my responsibility at a very early age, at the age of 5, because Mom was not well. He had a heart problem. So I had to assist her. Bear in mind, my younger sister was a baby by that time. So from school, I had to come back and do the washing of the old nappies and then clean, and then after that, go and play. My spiritual journey. Being saved started 2002, but doing the working and serving for the Lord, kuqale ngina 15. Besikhonza a location with bank.
Isizathu baze bakhule bayebathola a very good background ngoba sikhulile under isonto. It was a choir, a group la bayicula babiza Blue Waters.
At home we had a Sunday school, so that's where the journey started. We had young kids of around about 60. Now it was no longer abantwana abasenkonzweni lena besigi. It was community kids because we made it fun. We will act at the end of the year. We'll make a function, but act. You know, each and every child will show up his talent, and we'll bring all of this activity together. Sibiza bazali, and then we'll take them out. Sambe so swimmer and all. I think that also it brought interest kubo ukuthi, you know, because abantu banalentelo ukuthi church is very boring. So we had to make it very interesting for. We grew Sabana 60 kids. I'm called into prophetic evangelism. So my work is to bring the people into Christ, letting them know about Christ.
Okay, I think what made us get closer than we were is that she's a pastor.
I'm a pastor now, but the title to me, it's not that much. I call her X7 a lot, serving the people.
She's a very powerful pastor. Yes. Therefore, we've got a lot to share. We share a lot, even life experiences. Like we like shopping together, sharing a lot, and yeah.
I have fun. I go and watch movies. I go and chill with my friends. People, they expect you to must have this certain protocol. I don't have. I don't have that protocol. So I went for training for pastoring, and then I was mentored by a number of people. Then I took the call. Then I started doing my work as another child, being busy or sister pastor, because I'm busy. I'm trying. There is no way.
Ama weaknesses wakhe umuntu nakathethe decision akafuna ukuchange. She's always right.
She's too caring. She cares too much about people, and she gets let down a lot.
In thing as done now is she start to develop a short temper. You boy. So when I'm telling no, pastor, don't do that. I'm in a short temper. And he wants things to be done. When things are not done, he'll scared, but he won't shout.
I'm a bit impatient. That is my weakness. I'm still learning on that, trying how to master it. So I'm still learning from that. Uguba patient.
Noctula found her passion at the lowest time of her life. Njengamanje uNoctula has taken over ibhizinisi likababa wakhe. Walikhulisa ngendlela enkulu kakhulu. Namhlanje usestudio sethu xoxisana noPepsi ngokuthi ibhizinisi lakhe lisebenza kanjani. Njengoba phela kwazi ukuthi ibhizinisi lakhe li-unique futhi ke lisebenza ngendlela ke ehlukile kunalawa amanye.
I'm Noctula from Mpumalanga. I'm representing Mumamanzi group. I'm here at Making Moves. For my interview, I'm going to meet Pepsi. I don't know really what's really going to happen, but I'm hoping for the best.
Noctula Motsepe, who's unfortunately not related to Patrice Motsepe, initially wanted to be an IT technician, but found her passion in science and water testing. She now runs a company founded by her father, Mumamanzi Group, together with 3 other black women. She joins me in studio to discuss the challenges of preserving her father's legacy. Noctula, welcome to Making Moves.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay, darling.
I'm Pila.
Sharp. Take a seat.
Thank you.
So, Daddy's little girl couldn't start your own business.
No, he called me actually for assistant.
Okay.
Yes.
And what have you done for that business?
A lot. It's been 10 years. I've been trained from a lab technician to a sampler, to marketing, to going around and looking for business.
Okay, so what do you do for coal companies?
We are testing, we are sampling, and we are checking the quality of coal for our clients.
Okay, so
yes.
you feel like your business will grow once you have the correct accreditation, because now you can deal with mines.
Yes.
Because your business is a little bit exposed. I mean, your biggest client is Eskom by far.
Yes.
Followed by the municipalities.
Yes.
So how do you begin to diversify the business? Because that's a big business risk.
The other thing that we currently busy, it's the major thing is to get accreditation so that we can able to expand even outside of our country. So as soon as we get accreditation, we know that the sky is not the limit for us.
Okay. What are the 3 things that you're going to do to grow the business and get it working really well?
Number 1, we really need to do a lot of marketing on our side. Bear in mind, we didn't have a marketing department. And the other one, we also want to venture into water bottling, which is a plant that we need to build from scratch.
Hold on. Why do you want to get into water bottling?
Because it's another market where we're gonna use it. We're gonna use that brand also to advertise ourselves as a company.
That's a terrible idea.
Why do you say
because
that?
It's totally unrelated to what you do. Just because you test water doesn't mean you should sell water. It's a totally different business. You're not Coca-Cola.
No, it is. It's, as I've said, it's a marketing tool that we want to use because.
Why? Because mine managers are going to drink your water.
No. In aviation, they can drink water, and from there, isn't it the branding? It's where we're going to explain our branding. From there, we can get a person who's outside of the country
That's a terrible idea still.
It's not.
Take out an advert. Like, you don't have to build a whole water bottling plant in order to advertise your business. I mean, I think there's still so much scope for growth in the mining industry. With if you get your certification or when you get your certification, there's still so much growth if you get the right operational capital into your business to make sure that you can chase after the big contracts and you have the cash to keep rolling over the business. There's still so much growth in growing beyond the handful of Eskom power stations that you work with. There's still so much growth in terms of actually offering additional services to the likes of Eskom beyond testing and getting into actual purification and recycling. So why you want to open a water bottling plant?
It's not only the water bottling plant. The other challenge that we have picked up in the province where I'm coming from, there's not much of process controllers. Process controllers are the guys that are working at the plant. So what is the other thing that we have put in place is that we need to establish an academy where we are going to train our people, where we'll have to go to schools and teach them about water, so that they understand in this career it's not only by getting water from the tap. There's a lot of technology that is involved there. So it's one of the things that
how's educating those people going to help grow your business?
It's gonna help us because when we get contracts, we need to get process controllers out of the province, which in terms of funds on our side, it becomes a lot. Because some of them, they are mainly trained by the likes of TUT. So when the person comes, he's expecting this big chunk of salary. As I've said, that we're still a small company that is growing. So it's going to assist us also to bring an interest on our community, on the young people in terms of the water quality monitoring.
Move on your accreditation, go train some process controllers, and best of luck with your business.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to send you over for a coaching session, and you'll take this conversation further with somebody else.
I hope it's going to go well.
Okay, this one went well.
It did.
Okay. Managing a huge company which employs a large number of people is no easy task. Although Noctula is managing, she also needs some advice on how to better manage the responsibilities left on her shoulders. She'll now go for a coaching session with my good friend, Mr. Lucas Moloi.
I was a little bit nervous, but it was great. He really assisted me to see some of the loopholes that are there, that we can able to close them and go and review with the team.
So you're talking about challenges.
Yes.
What are the challenges?
Securing contracts and getting qualified people, especially in our area. Isn't it that when you get a contract, you need to assure them that the local community is going to benefit from that. So the challenge that we're encountering is that we don't find people who've got these skills that we're looking for in Mpumalanga.
Okay. How many people are you employing?
175.
So that's a big responsibility.
Yes.
You're speaking about qualified people.
Yes.
Are you running internships at the moment? Because the only way you're gonna solve that problem, it is through skills development.
Yes.
You see, there's nothing that you are going to be able to do about it as the organization, because it is into the, it's a problem in the sector, it's a problem in the country. We don't have enough qualified people in that now. Small businesses and that, medium business and that need to train more people in order to address that issue.
Yes, we do. We take students and we train them on the yearly basis. We take students in. Yes.
So again, on that, make sure that you build a great database for these people and that keep the stars and that, but train as much as you can, even if you are not training for yourself, but you are training for the sector, because that's what is going to make the sector better and that. The skills in such industries are very scarce. And this is where now companies need to be very proactive in skills development.
We are planning to open an academy so that we can also train our local people.
Marketing and sales?
Marketing ourselves, we have not done much on that. Hence, it was a department that was not there before. We established that department, it was last year. We were doing the marketing ourselves. The executive was doing the marketing themselves when we go and network our business, because we registered with the water institution, WISA. So we go and market ourselves, and also where we are, the community that we are at, we've got a chamber of commerce that is very supportive, where they bring all the business people together to network. So you get the opportunities on such occasions.
Okay. And this is what you said when you started. You said that in the province where you are in, you are known, you are very strong.
Yes.
But in other provinces not.
Yes.
Now, what you've just said now alludes to that. Why are you strong in your province and not any other places? Because the things that you are doing locally where you are exactly the things that you need to be doing nationally.
Yes.
So she's going to need to replicate the model that she has in Mpumalanga of business chambers and all those, and replicate that throughout, because at the moment her focus has been only really on one client, which is Eskom and the municipalities here and there, and that's dangerous.
Yes.
So you need to make sure that your business is diversified enough in terms of clientele, and that you need to have enough, because when anything happens to your big client and that, then the organization is going to be in trouble.
True. The contract is based on tenders, so you cannot have that assurance that you're going to get it. It's a matter of us going and meeting the clients and giving them our services.
You need to look into that. You need to go into more various provinces, more various municipalities, and that in the space that you are in as the business, systems are very important. The business is sitting with 170 people, and that you are growing. You are no longer a small business, and that your cash flow becomes most important, and that you need a very strong financial person. HR is going to become a problem, and that you're sitting with 170 people. You don't want CCMA cases all over the place that can ruin the business. You need to make sure that the HR processes are there, and that so it's that time where the business needs to then look into systems. So your ISO certifications and that, your investors in people and that, start looking at building that business systematically, because now that's what is going to take it to the next level.
Okay.
So you can have the best quality technical team in that, if you don't have the same matching quality on sales and marketing, and that you are going to have the great people to do the job, but you are not going to have the job for them to do. Go to the market, introduce you to the market, and I wish you all the best for the business.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Being on Making Movie, it was great. At first, I was nervous in the morning, but they made everything to be comfortable. They took care of us. It was really great. I really enjoyed it. It was a great experience.